Split 2 Oschersleben. Welcome to the Clio SoF Week 6. Yeah, Split 2 Racing is on the program today. And if we take a look at the last time we were here in Oschersleben, Isaac Mitchell has won that race. He is not there. Second place was a certain broadcaster. He is there. There he is. P3 went to John Duncan. He is there. Clement Godet, we have seen in Top Split yesterday, so he's not in this race. And P5 went to Jesus Saavedra, who is also not in this race. So 2 out of the top 5 from last season are in this race, and if they can repeat, maybe qualifying gives us a little insight in that. So let's take a look at the starting grid, and I wait for you at the start of the race. So this is our starting grid. Dominant pole position by David Ward, the favorite for this race. 16 cars, the lights are going red, and Split 2 Racing is on its way. David Ward, Alex Solly and myself, the top 3. Down to turn 1 for the first time. Everybody got off the grid. This is always a good sign. We have seen in the past that this is not always the case. Turn 1. Turn 2. And we see a missed apex car in the grass. That is myself. And P3, it no longer is, down to P12. Silly mistake. Costly mistake. Jason Humphrey on the outside against Malson Cardozo. Cannot get past him, so he stays in 11. Jack Davies, different line there. You can see him in front of Malson Cardozo. Little touch between Humphrey and Cardozo. But yeah, what? And Cardozo goes wide there. John Cook right behind John Duncan. This is for P5, Marcin Rejewski in P4, Alex Solly, lowest rated driver in this race, but P2 had a great qualifying. So the highest rated in P1 and the lowest rated in P2. But I mentioned it so often in the past, not every time it says everything. That iRating, that is. Jason Humphrey, no longer attacking Malson Cardozo, but instead trying to defend his 11th position. So far so good. In the top we see Jack Davies against Florian Lachner. Oh, and we see a little bit of action in the back. That was Maurizio Costa losing positions after an overtake that has been done against Jason Humphrey that caused that little bit of chaos behind. We will have to take a look how it affected. Jack Davies is defending, John Cook is attacking. P1 and 6 for the Llama crew thus far, so not the worst start. That's a decent position to be in, and maybe John Cook can get a few more positions. We have seen it yesterday. Overtaking is difficult here in Oschersleben, but you never know. Daniel Hoffman tries something against Alex Solly, or at least shows himself, so hey guy, I'm there, don't make a mistake, because I will try to capitalize. Hoffman Now maybe there's no, not a chance, not a chance. Alex solid defense, but as a result, David Ward opens the gap. Santiago Castillo attacks Ewan Topley. And he flashes the lights, not happy with the touch. Hoffman tries it one more time. Does not succeed one more time. Alex Solly is in pure defense mode. And this is good for David Ward. 1.5 seconds already for the race favorite. You have to call him race favorite. He drove the fourth fastest qualifying lap this week, so he would have been at the top of the top in top split. Just a little insight there. Daniel Hoffman still trying, still looking, but Alex Solly is defending nicely. And he has Hoffman, Rajewski, Duncan, Cook right behind him. Then a bit of a gap to Stefan Kresin and Florian Lachner, the two crazy motorsport drivers. Then Jack Davies and Marcin Cardozo, last car in the top 10. John Duncan, P5. Rajewski, P4, excuse me. David Ward was a bit wide. We have seen dust coming up in the air, but nothing too crazy. 1.9 seconds. He has a decent lead. Duncan goes wide, also puts the tire into the gravel. But yeah, can Alex Solly defend? He is from the visual side of things slower than some of the drivers he has behind him, but it doesn't help you if you can't overtake. Jack Davies and Florian Lachner go at it. Can Jack Davies split the Crazy Motorsport crew? Maybe, maybe not. We will have the answer shortly. I don't think so, because now Florian has the upper hand with the inside line. But take a look at the timetable to see. Yeah, Lachner is in front of Jack Davies. Yeah, we have two trains. We have two trains here. One, the Solly train, and then the Lachner train. Look at it. Two decently sized trains. John Cook shows himself. Stays behind. And we also have a train at the back with Costa, Mead, Castillo, and Topley. So 3 trains and David Ward. This is basically the description. Back to John Duncan and John Cook. Stefan Kresin right behind them. Will John try? We see also action in the back involving Jack Davies. No, Alex Solly is still defending. Still in P2. David Ward by now 2.8 seconds in front. It's his race to lose, you can say that. But yeah, overtaking so difficult here in Oschersleben. We have seen 1 or 2 overtakes in this race thus far, but it is the story of the race here in Oschersleben, that's for sure. Case in point, Alex Solly, who is doing an incredible job defending. Marcin Cardozo in contact! There is contact and increasing contact, and he rolls back on the track! He rolls back on the track, hits his teammate Maurizio Costa, who loses the car. It's damaged in the front, in the back. Poor guy. both Team Nacional drivers in the pits. It started with a contact between Cardozo and Mr. Broadcaster, but how everything developed, we will see in the highlights, and then you can decide. Either way, big contact, but that rolling back on the track. I will make just one comment. One, and then I will leave it. Holding your brakes works wonders for the aftermath of the incident. And now both of them are in the pits. Costa, Cardozo. Just realized both have the same initials, MC. Back to racing though. Alex Solly still holding up half of the field, but he's doing a fantastic job. He is doing a fantastic job. John Cook shows himself again against John Duncan. Does not succeed. Now Rejewski behind Daniel Hoffman. Maybe he can get something done. 5 minutes to go. But doesn't look like it. A different choice of lines. Maybe if he can get a good... No! If he can get a good exit, and he got a bad exit. So that seals that. In the background, Florian Lachner and Jack Davies still going at it. Alex Sully and his train. But as long as he doesn't make a mistake, P2 should be pretty safe. John Duncan. I mean, the same thing goes for him. Overtaking so difficult. So he won't have it any easier. Quite the contrary, in fact. David Ward now 4 seconds in the lead. Like I said, it's his race to lose. As simple as that. Daniel Hoffman and Alex Sully. There is no opportunity. There is not a single opportunity for an overtake. Davies and Lachner. Different choice of line there through the final corner doesn't help Jack Davies. Quite the opposite, in fact. Rejewski. Will he take turn 2 differently this time? Yes, he does. He's pretty close to Hoffman. He shows himself. He tries it. He tries, they collide. No, they... Both of them mindful enough about each other. And now John Duncan. Maybe this opens the opportunity. Oh no. It was bound to happen at some point at that train. The corner before Rejewski tries it, as a result they slow down. This opens the opportunity for Duncan. They touch a little bit, and as a result Rejewski loses 3 positions, excuse me, from 4 to 7. What a shame. What a shame. Nathan Mead and Ewan Topley. We have not seen a lot from them. We have seen Topley earlier on in a move against Santiago Castillo, who was also affected by that accident in lap 5. On lap 5, whatever. We are on lap 9 out of 10. Different choice as well. Nothing changes though. Back to Lachner and Davies, who now have Marcin Rejewski in front of them. It sucks for Marcin Rejewski. Good result. I mean, P7 is still a decent result, don't get me wrong, but unlucky. I can tell you there was an apology in the Clio Discord afterwards. Link is in the description. Now Jack Davies tries it on the outside. A little bit of contact. And he's flashing his lights, but didn't see a lot there. I just think Florian was a bit slower in the corner, but no ill intent or anything. So I think this is fine. Final lap of the race has begun, and Santiago Castillo behind Nathan Mead. The two Orpington drivers in P10 and 12. And Alex Solly is still defending nicely. Still defending on a high level. Just one more lap. Less than a lap, in fact. Survive here. Then survive the chicanes. And you're done. And you collect a great amount of points for this race. Alex Solly, number 16, lowest rated driver, podium finish incoming. And he's doing a fantastic job. He is doing defensively a fantastic job. Sure, it's hard to overtake on this track, but nevertheless, he does a great job. Jack Davies will stay behind Florian Lachner as we are about to close the race. David Ward, dominant victory, 5 seconds in front of P2. Alex Solly, congratulations to him. And the rest of his train, Marcin Rejewski, I feel for him, but still P7 is a decent result. You and Jason Humphrey, the last car in the top 10. And now we wait for... Oh, we have to wait a long time. Yeah. It's in turn 9. Well, this will take a while. What can we talk about? Yeah, David Ward, dominant victory. Alex Solly, amazing defensive drive, in my opinion. Daniel Hoffman, he tried, he was at him the entire race, but the opportunity never opened up. Reminds me a little bit of Martin Dale's attempt in Ratskogen, also a Split 2 race, where he was trying and looking, but nothing really worked. And Maurizio Costa now over the finish line, finishing his race. David Ward, a race winner this week here in Split 2. and how this affects the overall and the Split 2 standings, we're gonna find out now. Back at ClioSoF.com we are, and now let's take a look at some standings, shall we? First, as usual, the overall standings, and our first participant is John Duncan and David Ward. Ooh, I lost 4 positions as a result. Yikes. Stefan Kresin, so a lot of drivers in the top 20. Hoffman, Rajewski, Lachner. So many here in the top 20 of the overall standings. Maurizio Costa, P26. Jack Davies, John Cook. Also the top 30, yeah, there are a lot of our Split 2 participants here. The mainstays, as I like to call him, Santiago Castillo, I see in 64 as well. As an example, of course. And if we take a look at the split standings, we see a missed opportunity for a lead change there. Martindale stays in P1 with 88 points. Yeah. What have we learned about this? Messing up your second corner on lap 1 is not a good idea. That ruined the race in terms of a potential lead change. But David Ward in P4, Clement Godet in P3, they only have 3 races. Saint Cueca only has 2 races and he is in P11. So the amount of races you get in Split 2 will be one big factor. Can I point out that father and son are basically intertwined? Look at this. Next to each other in the championship. 51 points each here in the Split 2 standings. Same amount of races. Same best singular result. This is poetry as it should be. Wonderful. Marcin Rajewski with his second race in Split 2 makes a big jump. Could have been, could be high up as P13 if it wasn't for that incident with John Duncan. But so he is in P17, but Marcin is a Split 2 driver by now. You can easily call him that. We had 60 drivers by now. The 2 Spaniards there, rounding up the Split 2 standings. So yeah, Martindale stays in P1. Clement and David Ward still up there with only 3 races. So yeah, that was Split 2. We have a few more highlights, or in my case lowlights. And then tomorrow Split 3, then Split 4. So lots of racing still in front of us. I hope you enjoyed the race. I hope to see you again tomorrow, and now have fun with the highlights. Goodbye.